This video is for Law Talk with Mike. I seen you made a reaction video about my reaction video. And for the people that got some sense, I want y'all to notice something for real. I want y'all to notice that these people that make a reaction video, they try to come at my reaction videos from their perspective. Now, life is all about perspective. And the reason why it's about perspective is because once you gain this knowledge, you'll realize that it's a whole nother side that the government will never tell you about. They'll tell you it exists, but they won't tell you about it. It's not their responsibility to tell you about it. So, the reason why I say that is because these people that make these reaction videos, they want to tell you that the things that you call rights don't exist because you only had privileges. So, as a representative of my name, I'm considered a government. The people are considered governments. The reason why people are considered governments is because the people are sovereign, just like the federal and the state government is sovereign. The federal and state government are ran by the people, and the people are ran by God. The thing is, everybody thinks they're a U.S. citizen. Nobody thinks they're a 10th Amendment person. So nobody thinks they're sovereign. So at the end of the day, if you don't look it up, then it's going to be your fault. All the information is online. You just got to look it up and really focus on learning contract law and learn what admissible evidence is. See, you know what's funny, Law Talk with Mike? I put up a video with a motion to vacate judgment and my warrant of restitution signed and set for value. Now, I haven't shown you the affidavit of specific negative environment. I haven't shown you my security agreement. I haven't shown you my UCC one. I mean, they're private documents, but I would like for you or Artie's Corporate Fiction or Van Ballon, whoever wants to make a reaction video, make a reaction video about my accepted for value documents. And I want y'all to watch these people say that it's not real. And they never show in the law that it's not real. So, Law Talk with Mike, you mean to tell me that my accepted for value stamp is not considered a securities account? All right, so a Treasury Direct account is dealing with savings bonds for the government, but are you really ready to tell me that a UCC contract trust doesn't exist for the representatives? You're not going to tell people that they're the representatives of their name, even though an authorized signatory is a representative? You're not going to tell them that? You're not going to tell people that the birth certificate is a security? They're not going to tell you any of this because they are U.S. citizens. All you have to do is ask anybody that makes a reaction video, are you a U.S. citizen? If you say yes, then they only know about privileges and they're slaves, and they want you to be a slave. And if you agree to be a slave, then that's your personal choice. But they never rebut anything I'm saying at all. They never do. They gaslight. They say, oh, especially the comments, y'all gaslight so bad, like, it's hilarious to me, like, and the fact that y'all really think it bothers me, like, do y'all understand that I could care less about what y'all talk about? I mean, y'all saying what y'all saying for real, like that's just hate. Like, I know how hate works. Like, it don't bother me. Like, it's not nothing to me for real. Like, none of y'all can prove me wrong. I guarantee you, if you ask any of the people to send an affidavit rebut anything I'm saying, they're not going to do it. They're not going to send me an affidavit saying that transportation is not commerce between foreign nations. They're not going to send me an affidavit saying that the Maryland and the state of Maryland are not foreign nations. They're not going to do that. So if they're not going to send me an affidavit saying Maryland, the state of Maryland, or foreign nations, then I'll definitely send one saying that Maryland and the state of Maryland are foreign nations. I send them all day. Nobody responds to my affidavit. So, Law Talk with Mike, you're not going to tell these people that there are two types of courts. There's a Maryland court and a state of Maryland court, and they're both based on courts of record. You're not going to tell these people that my security agreement is admissible evidence, my UCC-1 is admissible evidence, and my affidavit of specific negative averment is admissible evidence, and my accepted for value stamp isn't admissible evidence, and they're all notarized. You're not going to tell these people that in order to beat a court case, only two things matter: admissible evidence and laws of the case. You're not going to tell these people that once these people don't respond to the affidavit, that I have admissible evidence to go in a court of the state of Maryland and get them to enforce it. You're not going to tell these people that when I send my paperwork as a representative, the court's not in a ministerial capacity. You're not going to tell these people that if they don't respond to the affidavit and you take it to court and they rule against you, and you ask them for an affidavit and they didn't give it to you, that it is a due process violation. Law Talk with Mike. What's the difference between ministerial and judicial capacity? Are these corporate fictions? Same question. Y'all mean to tell me that when I send in my affidavit, my security agreement, my UCC-1, my accepted for value stamp, and my motion to vacate judgment for that warrant of restitution, the court's not in a ministerial capacity? That they have no choice but to rule in my favor, and if they don't, it's a due process violation without an affidavit rebutting anything? Are these corporate fiction? Law Talk with Mike. Y'all really ready to tell me, and all these people that make reaction videos, y'all ready to tell me that if I send an affidavit and they don't send the affidavit, that I'm not the only one telling the truth? You're not going to tell these people that if you send them an affidavit as a representative that they have to respond? It's mandatory that they respond. If they don't respond, it's because they agree with you and that they're not willing to commit perjury? You're not going to tell them that? You're not going to tell them that the representative deals with the federal and state government through contract law and common law, and it's based on commercial rights, and it's all protected by the Constitution? So y'all mean to tell me that unalienable rights don't exist? If I can't ride down the street in my car without titling it, you mean to tell me that the United States recognizes private property when it clearly doesn't? I got a video of 4 officers pulling me over because I didn't have tags on my car and it's not a title. You mean to tell me that the United States recognizes private property? You mean to tell me that private property in the state of Maryland and private property in Maryland are the same thing? Do y'all think that they're going to rebut anything I'm saying? Ask them. If you don't ask them to rebut anything I'm saying with the affidavit, you on their side. And like I said, I ain't worried about that because I know if they wrong and you on their side, you just as wrong as them. They will never send me an affidavit rebutting anything I'm saying. No, I've never received an affidavit. You know what I mean? Affidavits I sent down and nobody responded to them. Do you know that all I had to do was keep stamping a warrant of restitution and putting a motion to vacate judgment saying that the plaintiff doesn't have subject matter jurisdiction, which is the leasing office, and it's over? Y'all do realize that the leasing office nor the lawyer responded to the first motion to vacate judgment, and they had 15 days to do it? Y'all do realize that the judge signed my motion but took no action, saying the motion was moot? Y'all do realize that the warrant of restitution was canceled? You do realize that every warrant of restitution is going to be canceled? You do realize that if I keep canceling these warrant of restitutions that they can't put me out? Y'all do realize this is blatantly clear, and I have made several videos on my page stating this. Y'all do realize that I've showed you the paperwork that I used. The same paperwork that I used that got the first moot motion, I just showed you the paperwork. I didn't show you the affidavit, the security agreement, and UCC1. I just showed you the paperwork. Y'all not ready to tell me that this is not real, and I have admissible evidence saying that it's real. It's called gaslighting. Like I said, I know y'all try to pretend like I'm invisible. The problem is I'm telling y'all, and y'all don't want people to believe what I'm saying. That's why y'all act like I'm invisible. But y'all not ready to tell these people that the United States government is bound under this law. Ministerial capacity means it comes from a sovereign. So since I'm the representative of my name, I'm a sovereign. Like I said, they want to rule against me. Okay, let's call an appeal. And as long as it's a due process violation, it can go all the way to the top. As long if it's not a constitutional violation, then like I said, I can't guarantee the same chance of appeal as with a constitutional violation. As long as it's a constitutional violation, y'all just wasting my time. I know that, and they know that. So Law Talk with Mike, Artie's Corporate Fiction, Van Balen, all these other people that make reaction videos. Make a reaction video about this. And after you make a reaction video, send me an affidavit. Like, y'all don't got to send it to me in the mail. Y'all could just email it to me. I give you my email address. Send me an affidavit proving anything I'm saying wrong. If y'all don't send me an affidavit, if y'all make an excuse why y'all don't want to send an affidavit, that means I'm right. So y'all either going to do one or two things. Y'all either going to make an excuse, which is an argument, and which is dishonorable, which means nothing y'all saying is real, or you're not going to respond at all. One or the other. So I know y'all either not going to respond to this video, or y'all going to make excuses of why y'all don't have to do it, or y'all going to keep trolling. If y'all do any one of those three, that means I'm right. The only way I could be wrong is if y'all willing to go to jail trying to prove me wrong, which y'all not trying to do. If I send an affidavit, that means I'm willing to go to jail about what I'm saying. And what's the point of putting up an affidavit if I don't have evidence to support that affidavit? It's admissible evidence. Y'all not ready to tell them that my papers ain't admissible evidence? Y'all not ready to tell them that if they don't answer my affidavit, it's a summary judgment? Y'all not ready to tell them that if they don't answer my affidavit, it's called res judicata and stare decisis? If y'all looked up the definition of res judicata and stare decisis and seen that in Maryland, the state of Maryland, are foreign nations, you will realize you got a foreign judgment. You think the United States is going to tell y'all that I got a foreign judgment? I don't even call it a foreign judgment. I call it facts and evidence. They know it's a foreign judgment. So I ain't worried about that, you feel me? But, like I said, man, it's hilarious to me. Because I know for a fact, none of y'all are willing to send an affidavit proving me wrong. Whoever makes a reaction video. How are y'all willing to talk about the law, but y'all not willing to send an affidavit proving me wrong? How? Just how? And like I said, all y'all that's trolling, if y'all not willing to ask them or y'all willing to believe whatever excuse they give, oh, we don't have to send an affidavit. Oh, you're right, he don't have to send an affidavit. He not willing to go to jail. If you put it like this, if Artie's Corporate Fiction is right and Law Talk with Mike is right, why won't they send me an affidavit? I want to send an affidavit saying that what I'm saying is right. Why won't they send me an affidavit saying that is wrong if they're so right? The reaction videos don't mean you're right. They're called arguments. If it's not an affidavit, you could lie to these people and not go to jail for it. Do that dumbass shit on the affidavit. That's all I'm saying. Do that dumb ass shit on the affidavit. Y'all not ready to do it. If y'all not willing to rebut anything I'm saying on the affidavit, then they're clearly lying to you. And if you could either look it up and see that they're lying to you, or you ride with them. And if they're wrong, y'all just as wrong. And like I said, U.S. citizen is a fictitious entity. It's called civil motus, like dead, civil death. Y'all dead. It's just a matter of a flesh and blood death at this point, you feel me? But none of y'all are willing to send an affidavit proving me wrong. So, like I said, If I'm only one sending the affidavit, that means I'm the only one telling the truth. So while y'all keep making these reaction videos, I'm in here rent free. And I'm renting it out. Who need a room? Y'all never go see an eviction. I put it like this. The eviction was supposed to happen on July 15th. What's today? Y'all keep talking about a moratorium. It's going to be 2030, and I'm going to still have this motherfucker. Like, 2040, I'm going to still have it. A lot of y'all probably not going to make it to 2040. 2040, it could be the year 3000, I still have this apartment. I guarantee you by that time I own this motherfucker. So like I said, at the end of the day, if y'all don't want to be great, that's on y'all. That ain't on me for real. But none of these people making reaction videos are ever going to send me an affidavit proving me wrong. So like I said, these reaction videos are really just a bunch of lies. That debate with Artie's corporate fiction was the truth versus a bunch of lies. You're wrong. You're wrong. If I'm so wrong, send me an affidavit. I bet y'all ain't going to do that, right? I love the excuses. I love the excuses as much as I love smoking for real. Because that's all y'all got. Y'all ain't got shit but excuses for real. So, when y'all make a reaction video, make a reaction video about that.